Welcome back guys to a new video, and you may have been following the S5 project. Well, now we're on to the Q5 project. The S5 is obviously still going on, but in between we've got the Q5 because I want to get this on the road because this is going to be the new daily. So let's start fixing this thing. Wait, so before we start this video, I'd like to mention that this video is sponsored by Squarespace. From websites to online stores and marketing tools, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create your beautiful online presence and run your business. Well, now this is the perfect time, if you've ever thought about it, to creating your online website or even an online store. Now, the good thing about Squarespace is that it's so easy to simply create a website without any skills needed. The templates are all there and they look so modern and so easy to use, and you can simply just use the drag and drop tools to make it your own. So head to squarespace.com now to get your free trial, and when you're ready to launch your website, use my link in the description box below to get 10% off your first website or domain name. Right, on with the video. First things first, I need to get the little Carly thing, which we use pretty much on most of the cars before we even start a lot of the work, so we can diagnose what's wrong with it, and we're going to plug it into the OBD port. So, my Carly device is in here. There. Got it. You haven't seen how this thing works, click in the top right hand corner now and there's a full description of how it works. I used it on the Audi TT, but it pretty much works on all VAG cars. And let's have a look at what fault codes we get. If you want one, I'll put a link in the description as well. Right, engine manifold pressure. I knew there was a map sensor which is broken, I'll show you that in a minute. Engine intake air temperature sensor. Didn't know that was broke. Didn't know about that. Right. Nothing out of the ordinary. The one I think which is causing that flashing coil light is the map sensor, which I have got and we will change. Right, let's start fixing this thing. Well, one reason why this car isn't mobile is because it's missing the front rear suspension arm, which is pretty much the same front rear suspension arm that is on the Audi S5. So I think let's get that on first, and at least we can move the car if we need to move it.
Yeah, he sets my body in motion. He knows how to turn things up. And he knows what gets me going.
So here is the problem. Broken control arm. And this is the solution. New control arm.
Baby looking at us, thinking we are too much. Look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us. Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine.
Right, that's one thing done. I'm thinking whilst I've got this side up, I might as well get this wing off, I think. Doesn't look too hard. Oh, I've said it now. Let's get on with it. One wing. I think I'll keep that S-Line badge because I don't think the new one has got one on. I think this car's gonna be wrapped, so I won't stick it on the new one just yet. And before I put the other one on, I'm gonna literally just strip the bumper off, the grille off, and the bonnet off, and then I can sort of assess what's wrong with it and what we need. But I think I've got everything, but there is a few parts I've seen under there which are quite damaged, so let's carry on. Welcome back. Obviously it's a new day now, and we'll sort of recap what happened yesterday because we've ran into a problem. So right here is a bracket which holds the light bracket. Well, it kind of is a light bracket. Well, it was a bracket and it sort of sits here It goes around here, holds onto this aluminium bracket there, which then holds the light bracket on, which holds the light. Now, during the circumstances of that we possibly will be ended up quarantined and stuck at home, I managed to order all the parts that I thought I needed. I just went round, took a list, and this was not one of them. So I'm hoping I can get this bracket. But the one thing about this bracket is that it's pretty much slowing me down doing most things. So what I'm planning on doing now, I'll try and fit it all into one video of putting everything on. The map sensor had a little bit of problem here because the connector's obviously broken, so I didn't know which way it went in, but we found the way it went in, and it's actually none of the lights are on the dashboard anymore. Now there is this little box here which I've actually found out is an air damper or something. It's just a box, and I'm not actually sure what it does, and I don't think many people do actually know what it actually does. It's obviously got some sort of use, but I have got one of them, so I've got to replace that. I'm going to do an oil and filter change as well whilst we're here, so we might as well get on with that now. So this is on now. I presume the mounting to whatever it mounted to was here, and that is not there. I'm not quite sure what purpose this box actually solves, so I'm just going to find a way to mount it, possibly a zip tie maybe, but I'll get a zip tie and I'll zip tie that up. Right, time to start this thing. So, full service done, still plenty of problems to get through. I've got to change the bonnet, I can do that now, but let's start this thing. Fingers crossed. Smooth as anything. On to the next thing. Right, I'll leave that there for today. I think I'll check back with you guys once we've got the front bumper bracket to mount the headlight and everything, then we can sort of get everything sort of back together and looking a little bit better than what it does now. So check back with you in a second. Welcome back, and we have now got the brackets we needed, and the world is getting weirder by the minute, so we're literally in full isolation right now, but luckily I've got this to work on at home, so I'm going to get this Q5 done. Now the bonnet is on, but as you can see, it's not lined up correctly yet. I mean, it's literally panel gaps all over the place. So I've just put it on loose there. Obviously it's a different colour, but we're going to wrap the car anyway. Can't really line this up until literally the bumper and the wing is all on, then we can line it all up and get to it. So, first step is to get this bracket on. So, wings on, headlights in. I'm going to just test if this headlight works because I did get a whole front end for £300, which was an absolute bargain. So I'm just going to check it actually works. Now, I have wrapped the chrome on the grille on the outside. I didn't film it because I was just bored at home. I just thought I'd do it, and I've also painted this, but I'm thinking of getting an RS style grille for it anyway. I've got everything apart from bloody fog lights, and obviously these have got parking sensors as well, but I'm not going to put them in yet because I'm going to have to just take them all out again to wrap them, so I might as well just leave them out for now. Let's get it on the car and let's do it. Right, let's bolt everything together, get it on the ground, and we'll get it cleaned, and then we are done before the wrap comes. We have it, one Q5 finished, well, to an extent. The next point, we need to wrap this thing. The first step after this is we need to clean it. Then the wrap should arrive tomorrow, and that should keep us busy during this sort of quarantine moment. So guys, if you enjoyed watching this video and you're excited to see more on the Q5 and you want to see what colour it's going to be wrapped, and it should look quite nice. Hopefully we're going to change the wheels as well, but at the minute it's quite difficult to actually go anywhere. But thanks for watching the video. Hopefully I've kept you entertained. See you in the next video. Peace out.